What's up, everybody? This is John, Unpaid Gamers, with another Car Thoughts for you. Tom is currently on vacation, so probably won't be any roundtables for a couple days at least. So just trying to kind of keep the content flowing. So this video, I guess, it's kind of a talk about a more internal struggle for me. One of my favorite game series that I've played through is The Last of Us, and if you've listened to any of the other stuff, I've mentioned it a couple times, and it's really one of the best story experiences that I've played through. Such a powerful story. The games are solid. Naughty Dog really knows what's going on. Just overall, some of the best games ever. So, it's made the news, of course, for a few different reasons throughout its between 1 and 2 in its series. And of course, now they're doing a new HBO series based on it, which I'm super excited for. But they're also, I guess you want to call it a remaster. It's not really a remake, but it's a remaster in part 1 for PS5, essentially. So, they're kind of somewhat built from the ground up, as they like to say, but based on The Last of Us Part 2, like the graphic fidelity and some of the gameplay enhancements. And I watched a preview video about this, and it sounds like they've done quite a bit to really make it a fresh experience again, or just that much better. I sometimes have an issue with some of these remasters and remakes, and I would wish a lot of companies would just do their new game or a new IP instead of rehashing the same stuff over and over. The Last of Us Part 1, when I played it, I didn't have a PS3, so I only played it on PS4, which meant I played The Last of Us Remastered. So it had already been remastered once, and that's the one I played through. And then, of course, Part 2 came on PS4, and they have since released their PS5 version. So we're dealing, this is kind of a weird one because they're remastering it for the second time, and kind of relabeling it Last of Us Part 1. I was kind of on the fence when I heard about it. You're remastering a remaster, okay. It's gonna be probably full price. I think it is full price, so that's somewhat kind of felt a little icky. A lot of people are shitting on it with saying it's a cash grab and stuff like that. And I really, I loved the first two so much. I would have loved to just seen a part 3 instead of wasting resources on doing this. But again, I love it so much. I don't know. I watched the developer video, and it's some really good enhancements. And it's like, if I ever do go through and play it again, which I'm sure I will at some point, I would rather play it this way. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe they roped me in, that I'm going to get it, buy it again. At least it's not the third time, I guess, I bought it, because I didn't have the original. But I don't know. The whole thing just kind of makes me feel a little undecided, and I'm not sure how I really feel about it. I wouldn't really go as far as to say it's a cash grab. They put a lot of time and effort into making these improvements. It's kind of like, well, why are you worried about that? That's the way I felt when they announced it. Until watching the video, they kind of won me over a little bit. And I don't know if it's just watching the gameplay again, or because they'll show clips from the game, and if if it's just purely my love of the first one that's kind of made me feel okay about it. I don't know. But, I mean, I do feel better than what I felt before. I don't really know if I'm going to buy it yet or not. And I may just wait for a sale, to be honest. Because I don't know when I would play through it, even when I did get it. If you haven't played it, though, of course, that's the key, right? It's a superb game. These enhancements will make it the end-all kind of experience. So if you haven't played it, it's a no-brainer. But some of us that's played it or bought it before or even twice already, it's kind of like, what the fuck? I don't know. You know, some of those games, again, it's a very tricky thing when you talk about remasters and remakes for developers, because there's so many times where I would love to just see a new game. Just give me something new. Quit selling me Skyrim over and over. I mean, people keep buying it for platforms, so I don't fault them for porting it, I guess. But you know, how many times do we need to relive the same thing? But then at the same time, you know, some things are just timeless. I can't tell you how many times I've bought Super Mario World or Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, on different platforms and stuff. I don't know. That always feels okay, but it's also only ever like $10 or $20. It's not, you know, some of these bigger budget games. So, at what point, as a studio, do you just leave a piece of art alone and let it speak for itself in the future? You know, do you have to revisit it with every new system? I don't know. It makes me wonder what the long-term plan is for The Last of Us, right? Like, surely they're doing a part 3. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard them talk about it. But it's so successful, why would you not? Why would you not at least make it a trilogy? I don't know where they would go with it, but there's always somewhere to take it. To end it in a beautiful way. It would almost feel ashamed to, you know, to pick up and things not leave off. So I won't say anything, just in case you haven't played through it. But I don't know. Like I kind of feel like maybe they're gearing up. You know, you got the movie coming out, the PS5 enhancements for the second one, which even that I was like, well, I mean, I just kind of played through it, so I don't know. I don't really care about the enhancements. It's not like a shooter that you play over and over or something, right? Like you play through the story and then you're done until you want to play it again. So, but then now they're doing this with the first one and making you buy it all over again. So I don't know. You know, they're bringing part 1 and part 2 up to the most current platform. So is that it? Is that the main package, or are we gearing up for a potential third one and you'll have a trilogy on this? I don't know. And if that's not the case, are you going to wait some years, release a third one for the next platform, and then remaster all these yet again and make us buy it yet again, all 3 of them? I don't know. Makes me wonder some of these intentions behind the decisions, right? Sometimes it feels good. Sometimes it feels like a cash in. Sometimes it feels like the consumer is not appreciated. The Mass Effect remaster was really, really wanted for everybody for so many years, and that was one I feel like needed to be done. For whatever reason, I guess it felt okay. You know, you put all 3 games in one package. I think for that, just because they're so good, and a lot of people didn't get to experience them for whatever reason, whether, you know, skipped it or whatever. So, you know, you're potentially, in that case, introducing it to a new audience. I bought it, and to be honest, like it's such a great game, but I kind of started going through it again and playing it and, you know, reliving some of that stuff, and I don't know, then it just stopped. Like, it was like, okay, like it's cool to have, I guess, but I kind of don't really feel like playing through them either all at the same time again, and spending that much time on something I've already been through. And in my mind, the Shepherd story's already been concluded, you know, and I know what that is. It's so like if you play through it, different things might happen, and which is awesome, but it kind of changes that legacy story in my mind. You know, it's not like rewatching a movie. And those are long games. Like, you got all three. There's a ton of content there, so it's really great if you haven't played that one too, to get, because I think it's on sale now, even for $20-$30 each game. You can easily spend 40 hours a piece on. So, you know, you're talking 120 hours without even trying of content for that price. So and they're excellent games. It does what pretty much no other game's really done to that extent of, you know, your decisions carry forward, and not just to the next game. It's across all three games, and it's major decisions like characters living and dying. You know, things really matter what you do, and I'm really surprised that other games haven't done that moving forward. And I think me and Tom talked about that on one of our last videos that we did. But anyway, it's a great game. So that remaster was one that was definitely deserved. You know, and we've talked about some of this remaster stuff before, collectively, me and Tom, on a video for a length. And I always find it such a weird and tricky thing, right? The Tony Hawk remaster was wanted by a lot of people, and you know, you're remastering a PS1 game to PS4, and that was really well done. I don't mind remakes in general for the most part, like the Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 remakes they did. It's kind of a new vision of that game, and they they did great by those games. It's enough like the original that it has the same feel with a modern approach and stuff. So, you know, that was cool. But there's also a lot of those that just feel like cash in. So I don't know, you know, I really wanted to start this and just kind of talk about Last of Us and how I was feeling about that. So, you know, what is everybody else's thoughts on these remasters or remakes? Is there any that you love, any that you hate, any that you refuse to even give the time of day? You know, to me, it's really weird when you remaster or remake something that was just on like the same console, or even at the end of the current of the previous one. You know, the end of the cycle. Like, it hasn't been that long. You know, why are we revisiting this already? You know, you're going to get minimal improvements at best, and are you going to make people pay for it? Is it going to be full price? And I think that's a lot of those decisions that really rub people the wrong way. So, you know, in the comments, let us know what kind of remakes, remasters do you like, dislike, any of them that you feel are worth the time and money. You know, what remasters or remakes are you okay paying full price again? It's a tricky question. So anyway, let us know. I'll have another video soon, I'm sure, as I'm driving around all week and talking about stuff. Who knows? I'm sure I'll find something else to jabber on about. So let us know in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.